Good morning. This is a regular meeting of the Clay Township Board. It's April 15th, and the time is 9 a.m. I'm calling the meeting to order. The first order will be the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's all right. I jump over chairs, too. The first order of business is, public comments. Are there any? All right, there are no public comments. Approval of the minutes. Would someone like to approve the minutes from February 18th, and it was the annual board meeting?
I move to adopt.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The next order of business is the public hearing, resolution number 2025-04-15-01, additional appropriation from the general fund number 0101 in the amount of $12,349.76. Park non-reverting fund 1215 in the amount of $7,800.
Mary, there's a
Yes.
correction on, I had a typo on that. That's
Oh.
121,000 or 349.76.
Oh,
Sorry about that. I missed one.
well, thank you. I'm glad we got it corrected.
Well, 100,000 here, 100,000 there. Pretty soon we're talking about real money.
Well, is anyone here to discuss it?
I do have one question.
Yes.
So is the 7,800 correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so if you add the two together, I mean, well, they're separate, never mind.
Total amount is 129,149.76.
Thank you.
Any other?
No, we'll close the public hearing and then we can discuss it during an action.
All right. We're closing the public hearing, and we'd like to do what? Oh, go right to the action. All right,
Yes.
thank you. We're going to action items. The first action item is the approval of the Clay Township Assistant Guidelines.
In your packet, you have a copy of the guidelines that we have to have annually reviewed and approved by the board. These are the ones that the Hamilton County Trustees Associations has approved also, and with our minor changes to it and the fact of the appendix at the very end, so what we changed to our guidelines, and just need your approval on that.
I move to approve the Clay Township Assistance Guidelines.
Is there a second?
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The second order of business on action items is resolution number 2025-04-15-01, approving additional appropriation.
This resolution is two parts. The first part is the general fund for $121,349.76. With that broken down for accounting services, $80,000, which we had to pay for reconciling the bonds for 5 years on that one, and arbitration fees, and then the other $41,000, another bill for arbitration on the bond fees that we had to do this year for all the bonds. The 1215 fund, that cleans it out. We will no longer have any money owed to Carmel Clay Parks. Angie, you got anything to?
No, I mean, if there are any questions on the arbitrage liability, there's one portion that was paid to the IRS. When you have a construction fund in the bond, you're able to earn up to a certain amount of interest. If you exceed that yield, then you have to rebate any excess interest earnings to the IRS. So that was, a portion of that for the rebate got sent. The other portion was like calculation fees, where we had to do the arbitrage calculations on all of the 2019 bonds through their 5-year anniversary dates, which was the first calculation. So it's really 5 years of tracking all the inflows and the yield that was earned over that period in order to determine if the payment was made.
Any discussion? Any other discussion?
I move for approval of the resolution number 2025-04-15-01.
May I have a second, please?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Information item.
No.
C.
Oh, what did I miss?
Oh, you got the.
I don't have a C.
That's okay. You use this one.
Oh. The third action item is the selection of board appointee to Oversight Committee.
Address that, Madam President. In conjunction with the township's audit by the State Board of Accounts, we pulled out the internal control policy, and which hadn't really been reviewed since 2016. We've trained on it, we've looked at it, we just haven't really spent much time on it since it was initially adopted in 2016. And it called for, Debbie and I are both looking at it, Paul, and we'll propose an update probably for the next meeting that you have. It has some dated things in it, so we'll update it. But one thing that it does provide is that there is an oversight committee, which consists of the trustee and one member of the board, just to confirm that training has occurred, to review the policy, just to be sure that everything is in order. And it's sort of like the finance board, not going to meet, but somebody needs to take a look at a few things as they happen. So one member of the board to be selected for that.
Madam President, I'd like to appoint Paul Boland as our rep
All right,
on the Oversight Committee.
may I second that?
Sure.
I second that. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Oh,
You've made a very, very poor decision.
We'll be gentle. We'll be
well,
gentle
you've
with you,
got these
Paul.
wonderful men over here to help you.
They're wonderful.
Okay. Yes, sir. We need to vote on that.
We did.
All right. The next are information items then. Update on the township's assistance.
I've given you in your packet, the township assistance for the first 3 months of the year. And in comparing that to last year's numbers, we're up 85% in expenses for assistance this year.
Oh, my.
At this time last year, we did $18,888, and we've well exceeded that already.
Okay. Any questions on that? Update on the projects?
Projects are going along. We've got the Japanese garden. They'll be back working on it. They've dredged everything. They've got everything going. They did have an issue of a sewer line going in there that they had to get corrected. The city had to correct that. So that's all been taken care of. As I reported the last meeting when I went by at the bridge, over the pedestrian bridge, trusses is up across the river. Now they're just working on the encroachments to it and stuff. Last bad news is they're still working on the fire administration building. They now are putting sound blankets. They put sound blankets around the unit. It didn't help any. Now they're putting sound blankets in the ceiling to try to muffle all the noise and stuff on that.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Question.
Yes, go ahead.
Paul, have they replaced the old one? Is it the actual unit itself, or is it the way it works with the acoustics and the distribution system in the building? I mean, obviously, I'm asking that question a year after the fact, but
You know, Paul, they have not replaced the unit. They have not reset the unit.
And it's actually several units.
It's several units, and they're putting baffles in the air ducts also to try to help get the sound down. Answer to the question is, one, I don't know, and two, no, they have not changed anything. And I've informed Mr. Ford that this is not on the township's dime.
Good. Next thing is the designation of alternate trustee, Debbie Spelving.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we have to have a deputy trustee, even though no change in office or anything, so,
Alternate trustee.
I'm
Yeah.
alternate trustee, so I've appointed Debbie to be it again.
Congratulations.
Fantastic.
You do a good job. The
Were
next,
any other candidates considered?
You're on vacation at the time.
yeah,
That's the first order of business. Checking that girl out.
oh, okay. Shall we go on? Next order of business is item D, SBOA audit, started 4/7.
Counts are in the office. They've been here since last week. They're supposed to finish up this week. So far, everything has been, knock on wood, good so far.
Good.
They've asked for a few items, and we've been able to provide them with the help of Counselor Bosma and Angie, and CTI has been able to perform a lot of duties to help us get forms and contracts for them.
Any discussion on it? Okay. Next meeting for the regular board is July 15th, 2005.
20.
Well, 25. Okay, wake up.
Bad day for numbers.
Yes, it is, sorry. Financial questions from the board, are there any?
No, I have a question. Going back, we kind of jumped over the projects real quick. So what projects are left? Well, I know the Japanese garden and the bridge over the White River, pedestrian bridge. All the parks are done, and
We have some money left in the parks to finish up from small items that they need to get done around the parks. Nothing really major on that part. The Historical Society is completed, and we're getting ready to close that one out, I believe. And then the only ones we got is just the two right now.
great.
If I can just clarify, a couple of the projects remain open because they can and are utilizing some of the remaining funds to pay for accounting and legal oversight as the projects close out. We did send certificates of completion to the bond trustee for, they were kind of hard to dig up. Historical Society, Station 341, and the fiber optic project, which also included some fire station doings. And I've got a master chart that I've been sending to this group that shows like the date of completion and what remaining duties there are.
Oh, that's,
Guys have done a lot.
yeah, I'm sure, yeah.
As I said at the outset of this, you have constructed more projects probably than any other township in the history of the state. So it's been a bit of a chore to try to keep track of, but we're trying to keep everybody updated.
Thank you very much. Any financial questions from the board? Okay. Board comments?
I'm just glad to see the ending of these projects. It seems like we've been on this forever. And I appreciate Angie, you, and Brian, and Paul, everything you guys are doing. And Debbie, you too. I really do appreciate it. I know there's been a lot of long, late nights and working on these. And I really appreciate it. And I think the community appreciates what we've done here. So thank you guys very much.
I second that.
You know, I just think we have a great team here, and we have for as long as I've been associated with Clay Township Board. You know, Brian and clearly Debbie, but Angie and others that have just really gone above and beyond to help this township and city, and we appreciate it. It's just been a very nice, logical, productive last 10, 15, 20 years in terms of what Clay Township has done and it's meant to the community and the citizens of the township and the city. We've done a lot, and I appreciate that. I never knew that. That's an amazing statistic, revelation, whatever you want to call it.
Privilege.
You know, thankfully we were able to do it.
I thank you too. And I have a couple of things on here that I thought that I would mention because they're different. This week, I went to the ceremony at the small cemetery. And that was at Shelburne Road and 96th Street. And a lovely DAR group was there to put on a presentation. But the sign that they had that they put up was really nice. And here's this small cemetery that nobody knew. As Barry and I drove up, we said, we'd never seen this before. And I got this that I'm carrying around this morning as soon as I opened my computer. I just ran it off. And I want to read it to you because it was from a woman here in Home Place. And she says, so I wanted to know how many cemeteries we have. And I'll get back to that. This is about a different cemetery. This is a beautiful gated, small cemetery at 106 in College. Now, where on this corner? Back
Pleasant
here.
Grove.
That way a block.
All right. Which is in most fragile condition. Are we in charge of that or not?
No longer, that has been, Doug has turned that over to the county. That's a county cemetery.
Well, you ought to hear what they said. This is not a dog park. It has come to my attention. It is being used as such with dogs, even harassing people and their dogs in neighboring yards and bordering the cemetery fence off their lease and aggressively barking at those outside the cemetery fence while urinating on graves and running over fragile grave sites. This is a registered historical site with fragile historical markers. Please keep dogs leased and with you at all times. Please do not allow them to run unchecked over the fragile grave sites. Please be respectful so all can continue to enjoy the history of this place. The continued daily use of this sacred place as a dog park is not only severely disrespectful to the family buried here, but degrades the site in an accelerated and very damaging manner. There will be a meeting to discuss the monthly Seminary Association meeting with possible results being to padlock the area if proper care is not taken by passersby. And I read that and wondered if there was anything that we could do. She, of course, lives here and sees it every day. But as part of the township, is that something?
It's not the township's responsibility. It's owned by the county.
And don't call it commissioners, because they have a Hamilton County Cemetery Association that takes care of all cemeteries in the county that does not belong to cities or townships.
Okay.
So, she needs to
Well,
contact
they're not doing their job
the
then.
Hamilton County Cemetery Association on that one.
That-
The only,
Called in the other day that we didn't want to give her name,
It's probably this woman.
but I gave her the same information.
Yeah, okay, well,
That
the only-
was ran by Mike Hartley, but Mike Hartley passed away a couple years ago, and I don't know who that person took over that position.
well, that's a shame that this is happening. Well, the good news is, I went in this last week, spent 3 hours with Michael Kletzing and went to all the parks that he wanted to show me, and they were 8 of them. I am knocked out. It is just tremendous work that's being done and continuing. And as you walk through it, he will show you where it's going. It was the most interesting morning I've had in a long time. And so I'd like to thank him. He's not here, but I would like people to know what a wonderful job he did. Is there any other business or announcements?
I haven't.
The only announcements, like I said earlier, is they will have a dedication for the roundabout 106th and College on May the 3rd. I'll get you the times and stuff on it, but that will be happening. As part of that, it's going to be a block party by Home Place Community also. It's all-day block party. That's all I know about it. I know that
That's nice.
the City of Carmel's helped putting it on, but everything should be all go on May 3rd is what I was told.
I've been getting letters from people telling me that they want Home Place to stay and for people to help continuing to make it grow and keep it up. So I wanted to pass that along, but I have.
There is a committee out they're working on a Home Place, as you noticed signs around. They're trying to rebrand Home Place. And that's a city project, so if they want to change it, they need to go to those meetings when they have them and talk to them when they've had several in-person meetings and things like that to help get the identity of home place down right.
All right. Any other comments from the board? May I have a move for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.